You are probably doing at least one of these every single day, and it may be aging your body faster than your actual age. The strange part? Most people have no idea any of it is even happening. Aging is something everyone thinks about. But most conversations focus on expensive creams or dramatic treatments. Today, we are going much deeper than that. We are looking at 6 everyday habits that research suggests may actually speed up the aging process inside your body, quietly and without obvious warning signs. By the end of this video, you will know 3 clear things. 1. Which specific daily habits science suggests may be quietly accelerating the aging process inside your body. 2. Why each one affects aging at a biological level, not just on the surface. And 3. What small practical changes may slow or reduce those effects over time. No dramatic claims here, no miracle solutions. Just honest, research-informed information explained simply and clearly, so you can actually do something useful with it. Let's get into it. Chronic poor sleep. Let us start with the one that research suggests probably affects more people than any other habit on this list, and the one most people consistently underestimate. Sleep is not just rest. It is an active biological process. During deep sleep, your body repairs cells, regulates hormones, and runs essential maintenance. When that is regularly disrupted, the effects go deeper than just feeling tired. Research links chronic poor sleep to increased inflammation, one of the core mechanisms associated with accelerated biological aging, affecting skin, cardiovascular health, and immune function. There's also a connection to telomere shortening. Telomeres are protective caps on your DNA strands. Shorter telomeres mean older cells. Some studies suggest people consistently sleeping fewer than 6 hours may show signs of accelerated cellular aging compared to those sleeping 7 to 9. A consistent sleep schedule, reducing screens before bed, and a cool, dark room are research-supported starting points. Eating heavily processed foods regularly. Heavily processed foods are high in refined sugars and compounds called AGEs. When excess sugar binds to proteins and fats in the bloodstream, it can damage collagen and elastin, the structural proteins keeping skin firm. This process, called glycation, may contribute to visible aging over time. Beyond appearance, a heavily processed diet raises baseline inflammation and stresses metabolic pathways in ways similar to chronic poor sleep. Small, consistent shifts toward whole foods, vegetables, legumes, quality protein, do not require perfection. Cumulative small changes are how biological aging is actually influenced. Honest question. Which of these first 2 do you think affects your daily life more right now? Sleep or diet? Drop it in the comments. Because for most people, it tends to be one more than the other, and I am genuinely curious which one comes up most. Sitting for most of the day. This one surprises people because it is so ordinary. Prolonged sitting is an independent risk factor for accelerated biological aging, separate from whether you exercise at other times. Research has found associations with increased inflammation, reduced metabolic efficiency, and shorter telomere length. One study found that women sitting more than 10 hours daily had cells appearing biologically 8 years older than more active counterparts. Importantly, exercising at other times does not fully cancel out extended sitting in between. Breaking sitting time with brief movement every 30 to 60 minutes, just standing or stretching, appears to be what matters. Chronic stress without recovery. Brief stress followed by recovery is something the body handles well. The problem is chronic, sustained stress with no real recovery. Prolonged stress keeps cortisol elevated. Sustained high cortisol has been associated with increased inflammation, disrupted sleep, reduced immune function, and accelerated cellular aging. Research on caregivers, people under sustained demanding stress, found measurable differences in telomere length compared to those under lower chronic loads. Stress often does not feel like a habit. it feels like a circumstance. But the recovery behaviors, or the absence of them, are where the habit lives. Regular downtime, social connection, and genuine rest are the patterns research links to healthier aging markers. Here is something worth sitting with. When was the last time you had genuine recovery time? Not just a distraction or a screen. Actual rest. Drop your honest answer below if you feel comfortable. Because I think a lot of people are running lower on real recovery than they realize. Dehydration. Even the mild, everyday kind. Mild, consistent underhydration is surprisingly common, and its aging effects are more meaningful than most people expect. Water is essential to nearly every cellular process. When cells consistently operate mildly dehydrated, efficiency decreases, skin loses elasticity faster, tissue waste removal slows. A 2023 NIH study found associations between chronic mild dehydration and higher biological aging markers. Drinking adequate water throughout the day, adjusted for body weight, activity, and climate, is one of the simpler changes on this list with potentially meaningful long-term effects. Avoiding the sun entirely, or getting too much without protection. This one is a balance point rather than a simple avoid or embrace. Excessive unprotected sun exposure is one of the most documented contributors to accelerated skin aging. UV radiation breaks down collagen and elastin and damages skin cell DNA. Consistent sun protection is among the most evidence-supported steps for skin health. But avoiding sun entirely carries its own risk. Vitamin D deficiency. Vitamin D plays roles in immune function, bone health, mood regulation, and may have protective effects on cellular aging. Chronically low levels are associated with conditions linked to faster aging. The balance most health professionals suggest is moderate morning sun exposure when UV is lower, with sensible protection during peak hours. Which habit on this list surprised you the most? Drop the number in the comments, 1 through 6, because different ones tend to land very differently depending on the person, and I am genuinely curious which ones people did not see coming at all. Bringing it all together. 6 habits that research suggests may quietly speed up aging. 1. Poor sleep disrupts cellular repair and is linked to shorter telomeres. 2. Processed food drives, glycation, and inflammation affecting skin and internal health. 3. Prolonged sitting is an independent aging risk factor, separate from exercise. 4. Chronic stress without recovery elevates cortisol and affects cellular aging measurably. 5. Mild, consistent dehydration reduces cellular efficiency. 6. Both excessive sun and complete avoidance carry aging risks. Balanced, moderate exposure is the evidence-supported approach. Small, consistent adjustments to even one of these may carry meaningful effects over time. If this gave you a clearer picture of what might be affecting your body in ways you had not fully considered, that is genuinely useful. The next video on this channel looks at 6 habits that research suggests may actually slow biological aging over time, the natural and direct other side of everything we covered today. I think you will find it genuinely useful to watch them together. A like genuinely helps more people find this content and takes 1 second. Subscribe for more honest, calm health and science content that gives you the full real picture rather than just the surface version. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.